Phase 1. The fundamental power of your words. The words you speak are so much more than sounds. They carry a certain frequency into the space around you. Most of the time, we use language on autopilot and have no idea how deeply it affects us. But the things you say over and over again shape your inner state, and they reveal very clearly what is going on inside of you. Many people have no real sense of how powerful their spoken word is. They just talk without thinking about the impact. If someone constantly speaks about lack, bad luck, or helplessness, those exact ideas sink into the subconscious and start to color their inner world. Your subconscious does not decide if something is good or bad for you. It simply takes in what you say and acts on it. Everything you speak with conviction and accept as true becomes the material out of which your experiences are built. That's why your words hold incredible creative power. They have a direct influence on the reality you live in. Phase 2. The Law of Assumption and the Programming of the Subconscious. Neville Goddard's Law of Assumption is at the heart of this. The way you speak reveals your unconscious assumptions, and those inner assumptions show up later as outer events. If you start to really listen to your own words, you'll notice how precisely they are mirrored in your life. Joseph Murphy put it like this: what you plant in your subconscious, you will harvest in your body and environment. So if you spend all day talking about weakness, exhaustion, and not having enough energy, those qualities will become stronger in your experience. If you are internally focused on the absence of love, you will draw more of that absence into your life. The subconscious does not judge. That is the job of the conscious mind. If you say, "I don't want to be unhappy anymore," your subconscious mostly hears unhappy and feels the emotion behind it. And then you might wonder why you keep wishing for happiness, yet somehow create more unhappiness. Neville describes it this way: we don't create what we want, we create what we are inside. Instead of saying, "I don't want to be unhappy anymore," you could start saying, "I am blessed, I am happy, and I feel great." You declare the desired state as present and lay down a new emotional foundation. Your inner state is a major factor in what shows up in your life. Simply claiming wealth all day is not enough. Genuine feelings of abundance and gratitude are essential. When you are truly grateful for what you already have, your basic attitude begins to shift. Your language becomes naturally more positive. Complaints fade, and the desire to express even more gratitude grows. That's why it's so powerful to observe your words and the emotions tied to them throughout the day. In doing so, you start to see what unconscious assumptions are active in you, and those assumptions are quietly shaping your life. Phase 3. Humor, complaints, and a loving inner dialogue. Even harmless jokes about negative topics can sink into your subconscious. Self-ironic or self-degrading humor might get laughs on the outside, but energetically it can be heavy. Every word that resonates inside you has an effect. Sooner or later, it looks for a way to express itself in your experience. Seen from this angle, constant complaining is really unhelpful. When you complain a lot, you send your energy exactly toward what you don't want, and you reinforce it. You can observe this clearly in unhappy couples. They focus on mistakes, blame, and what is missing, instead of understanding, appreciation, and love. And step by step, they slide deeper into dissatisfaction. To change this, it's wise to choose empowering language, both when you talk to others and in the way you talk to yourself. Instead of saying, "I hope I can win," you might say, "I trust that I will win." The difference between hope and deep trust is subtle but powerful. Instead of, "I'll try my best," you could say, "I trust that I will do amazingly." By shifting your words like this, you fill your system with more vitality, confidence, and joy. This is where the real power of your spoken word becomes visible. The way a person speaks reveals a lot about their inner state. Words are like a window into the soul, and at the same time a signal to the outer world and to their own subconscious. That's why it matters so much to be mindful with your language. Direct your inner dialogue consciously towards love. When you treat yourself and your desires with kindness in your thoughts, when you cultivate compassion and self-acceptance, you create the ground on which your words can gradually turn your ideal version of yourself into lived reality. Over time, this inner alignment with love leads to more and more harmonious and fulfilling experiences. Your words are never meaningless. If you doubt it, watch how people you know speak, and then watch how their lives unfold. You will see very clear patterns. Phase 4. Lack, abundance, and the timeless dimension of speech. It's striking how often people with financial struggles talk about lack, limits, and never enough, while people with plenty tend to talk more about possibilities, growth, and expansion. It's important to notice this without judging anyone. Whether someone lives in poverty or in abundance, both are expressions of the same divine source. The difference lies mainly in the inner state and in the way life is perceived. If you want change in your life, the first place to start is your inner conversation, the language you use when you talk about yourself and your world on the inside. When that inner language shifts consistently, outer changes can appear surprisingly fast. Hermes Trismegistus said that the human being has been given the gift of speech and mind, which makes him equal to the immortals. Hidden in that is the idea that our words have a lasting effect. They don't just vanish. They linger in the field, in the unseen layers of reality. The energy created by our speech collects in the collective mind and influences what happens in the world. This doesn't only apply to the collective, it's just as true for your personal life. The things you repeat and agree with inwardly shape your individual experience. You, as a person, carry a timeless essence. Your words work like small spells that influence your reality. Hermes points to the fact that a conscious use of speech and mind still matters beyond physical life, that it continues to act as a guiding force into other levels of existence. Even when the physical body is gone, the level of mind and word remains. This reminds us that our language has far-reaching consequences beyond what we can see right now. To speak with awareness and intention is like planting seeds that will bear fruit far into the future. Phase 5. The collective field, heaven on earth, and your responsibility. Our words leave traces in the collective field of consciousness. Depending on how we speak, we add more heaviness or more blessing to this world. If you constantly speak badly about the world, you strengthen the sense of chaos and darkness. If you talk down your own life, you attract even more struggle into it. The key is to recognize your timeless essence and use its power consciously and responsibly. When you choose words of love, clarity, and appreciation, those qualities start to appear more and more in your experience. Words of hatred and condemnation create a climate of conflict and negativity. This world behaves like a mirror of your inner state. Inside of you lies the potential for a heavenly state, not as a place on a map, but as a state of consciousness. As a being with an immortal aspect, you are able to give form to your inner images and ideas. Empower yourself by raising your level of awareness and connecting with the deeper truth within you. When you awaken that immortal essence, you naturally contribute to a world with more peace, abundance, and connection, for yourself and for others. Speak your words with conviction and inner clarity, as if you are sending a piece of magic into the world. In doing so, you help shape a reality that reflects your deepest heart's desires, a small piece of heaven on earth.
If you enjoyed this journey, feel free to subscribe to my channel. More inspiring impulses are waiting for you there.